have fun, to have a great time.
Oh man, I love it. It sounds like a blast.
So we'll start off with it's 2024. We're going into this season of Thanksgiving, and so as I'm giving thanks for this podcast, in the people who supported it, following on YouTube,
all the OGs,
Instagram, all the OGs since day one. In fact, I want to give a cool shout out to Tim Horn. Tim Horn, I used to think Tim Horn was my uncle because he'd always come over to my childhood home.
I don't know. Okay,
I
don't know this person.
Yeah, you wouldn't know Tim Horn.
Okay.
Yeah, and he came over to my home all the time because him and my dad were like best friends. But as kids, my brother and I just thought he was our uncle because he was always over.
I had people in my life like that growing up. Some really good friends of my grandparents. I just called them Aunt Patty and Uncle George, but we're not related at all. But that's just what they were because we saw them a lot and they felt like family, which is, I think sometimes those relationships sometimes may be more meaningful because you chose those people.
Oh yeah.
Where sometimes you don't get to choose your family. And I'm not saying that relationship with family isn't important, but some of those people that you intentionally want in your life because they make your life better, I think those are really important relationships.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Tim Horn, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, well, you said that. I have a lot of people that I have chosen to be family on top of my God-given family. But we were going to a family reunion at Tennessee, and my brother and I were like, "Ugh, like we don't want to go." Yeah, actually, Tennessee. Sorry, keep talking about it. And we're driving, and we're like, "Hey, we're going to see Uncle Tim," and he said, "Who the hell is Uncle Tim?"
Your dad.
My dad. Yeah. And I was like,
Bobby Lee Mayfield.
Yeah. I was like, what? Like, how did you not know who Uncle Tim is? And he's like, he's not your uncle. And like, my brother and I just like turned each other like, what? Like,
the veil had been torn.
Just like crushed it. Well, so his daughter was over at our house with me and my roommates, and she was like, when's the Ben Mayfield podcast coming out? And I was like, I don't know. Like,
oh, so you still engaged with these people? You still?
Oh yeah. I still talk to them. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, what? Like, are you gonna listen? And she was like, oh, Tim Horn listens to every single episode.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so he's waiting for more content. So I was like, it just made my heart feel
sad that he doesn't have any content to listen to.
Yeah, for almost a year.
Yeah.
So,
you really let this guy down.
I know. Shout out to
your funkle.
He's probably my funkle. He's probably listening right now, going like, yeah, worth the wait.
Worth the wait. And he got the call out too.
Yeah. So Jake, what are some things that you think you're thankful for? You know, as people are listening, like just really trying to get in this mindset and heart set of like what is to be thankful for?
I've been unbelievably blessed in my life with relationships, with pushing through hard times. Growing up, there was some addiction issues in my family, and we as a family have since pushed past those things. So my dad has been sober since 2008, which is awesome. And I'm thankful for that every day. I've got a wife we're going on 15 years of marriage that I'm always thankful for. My son turns 10 in January. Couldn't imagine life without him. I've just been incredibly blessed with people in my life that are constantly there for me, who make life challenging and fun and full of energy. But also we just have times where, we'll sit in the backyard around a fire and we just sit there for a couple hours and just enjoy being with each other. And so those are the things that I think about all the time and what God has blessed me with. And my relationship with Christ too is not anything that I would ever want to leave out in terms of what I'm thankful for. I believe that Christ is a healer and he saves, and I know he saved my life. And so those are the things that I constantly think about, that how am I allowed to have these great things in my life? And it's only because of blessings. It's not anything I've done. So that's what I think about.
Wow.
Deep.
Yeah, deep. We're talking about the Ben Mayfield podcast. We get deep, people.
We get deep.
It's
deep. Real.
It's a well of depth. I also, is a real thing too, is I printed off my bulletin points of what the podcast itinerary is going to be. And as you see, I don't have that. And so
invisible.
So I was like, I knew I was forgetting something. It's on the printer downstairs. But no, I think I'm with you on that. There's a lot of like just really thankful things this year where you could just go like relationships have gone deeper, relationships have healed. For me in January, really December, but in January, I 100% got right with the Lord. I think I've always had a relationship with the Lord and loved the Lord, but struggled with sin, struggled with different things.
As we all do.
As we all do.
Right.
And so it was just one of those things where like I had to really decide like who I wanted to be and like prioritize my relationship with the Lord more so than other things. And that was December kind of into January. And in that, I think when I was, not saying I'm fully healed, I'm always healing from something, but felt like I was in a really good space.
Well.
Oh
my gosh.
Here he is, folks.
I got lost.
Yes,
yeah,
already
we can
started.
Wait on you.
Well, don't hit
Come that way.
anything.
Go around that way.
Oh my gosh, folks! Here it is. It's been going for 4 hours.
Yeah, we've been talking about some really serious stuff. Here. Don't trip.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, Garrett Moore. What's
Mr.
up,
Garrett Moore.
Get the mic close to you. Come
I
on,
had
brother.
to pee, and I got
We don't
lost
need to
in
know
here 'cause,
that.
like every other room in here has a window into it, and I was looking through the windows like, all right, where's the podcast stuff?
Get up. Yeah, get up like right. Get up.
Because like
in
I
there.
saw all the podcast stuff when you
Closer.
posted it, and I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna go window to window looking for which room has that stuff in it. And
Oh, he was
none
just
of them
creeping
did.
around the building.
There was a group who I didn't recognize in another place, and I kind of just looked at them, and it was a stare down, like.
Well, they probably did.
And then they called the police.
They called. Yeah, that's our next special guest. That's the police comes in here.
We're gonna get swatted because of you.
Wouldn't be the first time that's been threatened towards me.
Welcome
boy.
back, Garrett. How are you?
Dude, I'm rocking and rolling.
I want to give a
and
shout
rolling.
out to Jackson Payne too, who's our producer back there. He's the one that's switching the camera and doing the audio stuff. So shout out to Professor Payne. We were just talking about things to be thankful for, and I was on this really deep moment.
Well, you were talking about back in January. I think you said December or January, and you
Yeah.
felt like you were getting right.
And I was set up on a blind date. And on that blind date, I went with a girl named Michaela.
This can be either like really exciting or really nerve wracking, maybe both.
Well, I was definitely nervous.
Sure.
But it's also, to be honest with you, it was a blind date. I didn't know this person, so it's like I was nervous and excited, but also like did not care in the sense of like, if it doesn't work out, I've been on a million first dates, like whatever. But it went really, really well.
Okay.
And then on that first date, and there's one day she'll be on the podcast. We'll tell some stories. But I'm getting older. I don't know if y'all know that or not. It's kind of how time works.
It shows.
Oh gosh, gray hair. We were sitting like this,
I
like
have
from
that.
me to Jake, and we're at Rock and Taco, and it's so loud I can't hear. I have to scoot my chair around just so I could hear her talk.
Because you're partially deaf.
Partially deaf.
Yeah.
It's great that I host
It's when
a
a
podcast.
grenade went off by his head.
Yeah. Thank you for my service.
I've never heard anybody thank themselves.
It was in the backyard. It wasn't a military thing.
Okay. Anyway.
And so it went well, and then we've been dating ever since. And so that's one of the things I'm thankful for 2024 is Michaela and that relationship.
That's a long relationship for Ben.
Yeah, it's the longest relationship I've ever been
The
in.
longest ever in his life.
Most of them are usually a week or two. I think the longest relationship. Well, I've never had like an official like girlfriend, but like dating wise, it's only been like a month or two.
You guys are official though.
Oh yeah,
Going
we're
steady.
so official.
Going steady.
Yeah, going super steady. And
Oh.
she'll be here tonight for the night of worship.
Awesome.
So it'd be cool. So Gary's excited for that.
Dude,
Garrett-
I've never met her. Like, I'm so excited to meet her.
Dude, I'm nervous, but well, I'm not nervous like her meeting everybody, but it's like all my different backgrounds of churches that I've worked at are all coming tonight, and then also
It's a converging of eras.
yeah, and this is something too I have to work on. Is I always feel like I have to host,
Yeah.
and so like with her being here tonight, I can't like.
You don't want to ditch her.
I don't want to ditch her,
Yep.
but also like gotta do my work. So I'm hoping some other people will hang like she knows, like Becca Tam from Dahlonega. Shout out to Becca. I think she's coming, and they're friends, so they can like
Okay, good.
have a buddy system. So
She and I have met a couple times too. So
yeah, that's true. But you'll be on stage.
that's true.
What if she just like couldn't like went and like stood next to you? It was like, oh, I know you. And you're like, oh, cool. all right. Da-da-da. I started singing worship. She's not that awkward, but all right, Garrett. What about you, man? You thankful for anything?
Are we talking like just like the whole year, kind of?
2024.
Well, just in coming up to Thanksgiving.
Because this is coming out.
We're just
right
thinking about things
before
we're thankful
Thanksgiving.
for. Yeah.
Honestly, I'd say just opportunities this year, because this has been the messiest year of my life, and there were so many times where just something I've been doing for a long time, door closed there, and it's just, oh man, that is something that I invested so much time into, but it's not really something I can go back to right now. But it feels like every single time something like that happened this year, a new opportunity that was healthier for me and just fit well with my soul was opened up.
That's good. Yeah, you got to know when to walk away sometimes. Like if something closes on you, but you're kind of dwelling on it, and you keep trying to maybe break back into something that, you know, maybe you thought was good for you but wasn't healthy. It's good to know when to walk away.
Yeah,
That's a good way to look at it.
And I look at it, and God was setting some of these things up years in advance.
Oh yeah,
A lot of people,
he's good that way.
Yeah, and I'd felt it on my heart years ago, and the opportunity finally came up this year. Like a lot of people know that I've started helping out a lot with Dahlonega, and when I was picking my college, my two options were UGA or UNG, and the big draw for UNG, Dahlonega, was I wanted to work with the people there. I'd met the people
At the Methodist Church.
The
The Methodist
youth
Church,
and
the youth group, Nathan Dickens, their Wesley program. But I felt God calling me to Athens so I could grow, get out of my comfort zone. But it wasn't a no, it was a not now for that. And then this year, the opportunity came for me to kind of go there, help out, and just meet the people. And it's been amazing.
So you're not transferring to UNG.
No.
You
I
made
just-
it sound like you're transferring.
no.
Are
I'm
you
still
transferring?
at UGA. No, dude.
That says North Georgia on that hat.
North Georgia Wesley. It doesn't say.
Dude, not to diss on
Athens.
UGA Wesley, but they don't drop mesh backed hats. UGA's Wesley program, and that's
a
my
problem.
kind of hat.
Yeah.
That's toxic, and y'all need to get it together.
That's
Are you both wearing? Oh man, I feel left out. I'm not doing a mesh.
hey,
Yeah.
I love you, Anna Grace Brock, but drop a mesh hat for
Oh,
UGA Wesley.
Oh, is
I
that
thought this was a girl you were
She's-
dating.
Yeah, I was like, who's this
No.
person?
AG, she runs the merch stuff for Wesley.
'Kay.
She does a lot of the stuff for that.
So you found a position to be able to go and just hang out with Dahlonega Youth Group at Dahlonega Methodist Church, and
yeah, and like still do some kind of youth ministry stuff there,
Okay.
because that's a big part
I
of
was gonna say I never see you at Wesley. I'm there every week.
Yeah, no, I'm not there.
Yeah. I think he does
I'm
more
doing
like
the
the
youth stuff.
Sunday.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then it's like Nathan Dickens, great dude. I love talking with him.
Yeah, Nathan's great.
Maybe he'll be on the podcast
Yeah, he probably
sometime.
probably will be most episodes. And happy birthday to him. He just has celebrated his birthday. This
Yeah,
past
they did
weekend.
a fun thing at Wesley for him on Wednesday where I saw you.
Oh, was I in the video?
Yeah, in the video. They one of the interns messaged a bunch of people and just asked for quick 5 to 10 second videos just saying happy birthday to Nathan and stuff like that. And they showed it on Wednesday. He was wearing this maroon sweatshirt and his face was the color of his sweatshirt. He was so touched and like he's like, it took a lot of me not to cry. I think he was very touched by it.
Was it? Oh, I think the one I submitted, I did like 5 different takes. And they were all like, it started off really mean. And then I got nicer with each take. I think I said happy 40th.
He did.
Oh, did I? Okay.
It got a big laugh.
Did it?
I know you were probably thinking about that. Like, I wonder if people laughed at this. It did. It got a big laugh.
Let's go.
It got a big laugh. I went all sincere. I didn't do anything funny. And I did it in one take.
I did. Well, my first one
Sorry.
was like really mean. I was like, "Hey, I hear you're at the nursing home celebrating your birthday." So I was like, that was like 20 seconds. So I like cut it down.
That was your hip replacement.
Yeah. I heard you knew John Wesley. That's why you were here. Sorry, that was.
You're hundreds of years old.
He's a Highlander. Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what Highlanders are?
Like they're like mountain people or something, man. I don't know. That's some old person.
Well,
reference.
there's that. There's the Highlands in Scotland, but then there's a movie universe called Highlander.
The Highlander.
Yeah, and they're immortals, right?
Mhm. Immortals.
Yeah.
Except if you cut off their head.
Right.
That's the
So
only
they're
way
not
they can die.
indestructible. They're just immortal. It's like elves in Lord of the Rings. They're immortal, but you could definitely kill them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, my generation, we didn't have Highlander. We had a little something called Skylanders.
Oh, Skylanders.
Yeah,
I don't know what that
so
is.
that was like
Jackson's laughing.
Jackson's laughing. I knew
knows.
Jackson would.
He knows.
So basically, it was like
What's
it was like a
Skylanders?
Wii game or an Xbox
Dragons,
game.
right?
It's you have to buy toys to be able to play
Yeah.
the game.
Oh.
It's
And
like one of
so-
those peripherals that
Yeah.
you set on
Yeah,
like a
Disney
pad
did
or
that a
something.
lot.
Yeah, they
With
did that
the-
with Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
But,
That's
like,
it.
We had
That's what I was thinking
Skylander, and my parents, they saw that, and they're like, yeah, that seems like we're going to have to keep paying money for it. That's a long-term investment. We don't want to do that. And
We don't want our kid to be a nerd.
Yeah.
yeah, no, they
I'm sure that's
failed
what
on
your
that
dad
front.
said.
Sorry, Greg.
Greg is like, this is going to make him a nerd.
Oh, my God.
No more dragon stuff. Take it out of the house now.
Oh my gosh. This most recent Christmas, I asked my dad for some nerdy stuff, but I got the most all-American Christmas you could think of. I asked for like theology books, comic books, and protein powder. And instead, I got protein powder, dumbbells, a football, and a gun.
That's pretty American.
And
Actually, that's not a bad haul.
no, that was an awesome Christmas.
For Christmas.
It was so unexpected because this is just big box, and I'm like,
Can I guess the one that you've used the least is the football?
actually, no.
Oh, okay.
The Bible.
We never got the theology books. He said, you want books? You're getting dumbbells, protein powder, and a gun.